Hi everybody, this video is going to be about exercise. As most of you know, I have gastroparesis and I talk about it more than I do the Crohn's disease. I have done a lot of walking. I've done a lot of walking with senators, spreading pamphlets from door to door and campaigning, and I've done a lot of walking around the neighborhoods around here because I know them very well. And I've also belonged to a gym. I've had a bike, and all these have been, top of the line bikes, ellipticals. But I have a gym membership as well. You can have a personal trainer for free. Every time I get ready to have the personal trainer, though, I seem to get sick. And I really don't understand why I'm thinking about getting a personal trainer, because all I can do is cardio. And some days I go in and I'm in there, for about 45 minutes to an hour. And all I do is the treadmill, the elliptical, and the bike. I don't do the one that you can do what they call them, the spinners. I do just the one you sit down and you pull the seat up and you go. I tend to go a lot of miles because I don't pay attention, because I'm on Twitter or I'm on Facebook or I'm doing something else. So that time seems to pass a whole lot faster when I'm here at home on my bike here at home. Turn the TV on, get some magazines, and watching TV doesn't seem to make it go by any faster, but when I'm browsing through the magazines and reading articles, it seems to go very fast. So I got to thinking, I haven't been cleared for everything, but considering that the treadmill and the bike doesn't affect my abdomen and where the leads are to the pacer, I can't find a reason why. There's not a reason why I can't go back to the gym. The elliptical is kind of an involvement of your legs, your abdomen, and your arms, and it's kind of full core involvement. So not that I was really completely able to stay on the elliptical for very long due to abdominal pain anyway. So I am going to start going back tomorrow. I'm just going to see how long and how far I can go on each and how long I can take. Like I said, some days it was 20 minutes. It just depended on how I felt and how quickly I got tired. And a lot of that part is because you have to stay hydrated. And that's the biggest thing. If you're sweating and you're not taking in enough fluids to make up for that sweat, you're going to get tired easily, and you're not going to be able to work out for near as long. So I always buy the big thing of Powerade, and I do take that thing in with me because I do end up drinking it all. And I haven't gotten the small, I can't think of it, the small IV pump, so I could take it with me. I'm supposed to be getting one, so whenever we go like theme parks and the zoos and things that we're going to be outside for all day, I don't get dehydrated and I ruin everybody else's time because I'm miserable and I can't make it through the rest of the way because I'm completely dehydrated, which drains me of energy. And as most of you know that are Crohn's disease and or have gastroparesis, that our energy is quite limited. And so if we can get what we need, then it will help with whenever we go out, especially when it is extremely hot outside and we want to venture out and do things. Otherwise, we're stuck here in the house in the air conditioning and wait till it's like 60 degrees outside, then we venture back out. So that's that. I have went out and I bought the shorts and the shirts to work out in because they are a lot more comfortable, and I do sweat. And if you don't sweat, then you're not losing any calories. I've seen girls, oh, I don't want to sweat, and blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're not sweating, you're not losing any calories. Okay. So, then I've never done yoga. We have several videos here. And I thought about, what is it with this recordings? I always yawn. So, sorry. Hope I didn't make you yawn too. So, anyway, we have videos for yoga. And I think I might try it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? I stretch out all my muscles and tendons, and hey, they're not restricted anymore. I mean, yeah, I've been in a lot of car wrecks that weren't my fault. And I've been banged up pretty good. And got hurt really bad when I was 17 when I worked for Kroger. And have a bad back. Oh God, I love working for Kroger. That was such a good job. And they don't do the things they did back whenever I worked. I've had dreams that I went back to work for Kroger now, and I think that's funny because I really did like working for them. So, I haven't even been to our swimming pool not once this year, and now it's closed. But the thing with going to a swimming pool is we've got these little AquaGuard things, and if you've been in the hospital and you had an IV or a PICC line or a port, you know what I'm talking about. But they don't really work. They might work on you if you're just in the hospital, but if you are using them every time you take a shower, they don't work. I mean, I've used, I don't know how many of them at a time, and they don't work. I put tape over them to help keep them down, and they don't work. I usually end up having to just go ahead and take that off and take the dressing off and redressing it. So, yeah. So those don't work in the pool either, and I've never even tried it just because I know they don't work in the shower. Jeez, I don't know why I do this every time I get on here. So anyway, so when you go to the pool, you either have to really stay in the shallow end, and we have two pools side by side. We have a smaller one and we have a bigger one, and I like, is mine the smaller one that I like? Yeah, it's a smaller one, and usually all the kids will stay in one. And then sometimes you got all the kids that come over there to you, like, will you please go back over to the other one? And then you might get splashed. But I don't even try going to the pool with my port in. Because I want to get in the water, and I want to swim from side to side, and I want to enjoy all that you can enjoy with a swimming pool, and you can't do that if your port is accessed. So, when I do go, I have to de-access my port, and every time you de-access it and you access it, you put more fibrous tissue and chance of having a little blood clot up underneath there that eventually you can still flush it, and it flushes really good, but then you got all this fibrous tissue and a little blood clot or whatever, and you're not getting blood return. But you can still flush it, and it flushes really good. You still taste the saline in your mouth when it flushes. You're just not getting good blood return. So I don't do that anymore. I just go without. And, you know, can always hope that one day I won't need it. But chances are with gastroparesis and Crohn's disease, they're not going away. So neither is the port. Because you have to have vascular access for my Phenergan and my Zofran and my IV hydration therapy. So they will always stay. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go back to the gym tomorrow. I told my husband that it was time. I'm going to start going back and rebuild my my endurances and work on that. I swear I was not doing this until I got on here. So, I hope that with all this, maybe you can tell me what works for you. And see, I have to also remember I have this gastric stimulator in too. And I noticed earlier I went into the kitchen and my husband was sweet and he poured me a green tea and some ice. And I don't drink my green tea in ice. I drink it straight out of the bottle, room temperature. And I thought he had poured me my one Dr. Pepper that I drink a day, and that's not what he did. So I put it through the funnel into the bottle. And I got up against the cabinet, and I felt it. And don't feel too great. So that's where I'm at on exercising. So as of right now, I'm just going to go back to the gym and do the elliptical, or I'm going to try to. No guarantees. Just see how I feel. I'll probably start with the bike tomorrow like I always do. And then... Really? And then I will go to the treadmill. Because I can do a lot of walking. And I like to walk. I used to walk all the time. I actually used to run. Track and cross country, I used to run a lot. You know. This was back in the good old days. Never been good at sit-ups. But I could do a lot of exercise. And I stayed really thin. So, anyway, if any of you have any helpful hints, please comment and like my video and subscribe, and maybe when I see I've got some subscribers I will go live. I'm still trying to get used to being on video and exposing myself, so yeah, it's different and it's new. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.